Hello, my name is Sean Wilkerson, and this is Hacker Eyes. This is an impromptu, unscripted video to answer a viewer question on my using the word generations for motherboards or for graphics card or what have you. The main area I think in those terms I would believe is motherboards. Yes, going from like a Pascal to a Turing or whatever, what that to that, when they completely change entire chips, yeah, you could probably consider those generations also. But what I try to think of is what's going to be industry standard across platforms. DDR4 is supported on AMD side and Intel side. It's also used in the new Mac or the Apple products. By the end of this year, we'll be looking at DDR5 from what I understand in releases. We know AMD is going to be supporting them with their Zen 4 CPUs from what's been told to us. Intel's already talked about chipsets that they've got coming. It's going to be supporting that and PCI Express 5. Both sides will be doing those. But the reason I use memory is because there's so many iterative updates or changes, and like in a USB spec, when we've got so many USB specs that's happened since DDR3 switched to DDR4. When DDR4 came on the scene, just look at how many types and generations of USB 3 there are. It's the worst naming convention that I think we have for standards. But I digress. We've also seen Bluetooth updates and changes. There's been other specs, fast charging specs. There's been on and on and on. All these little tweaks or little boost to the technologies. So in my mind, I look at the DDR. DDR3 to DDR4 is a generation. DDR4 to DDR5 is a generation. Usually when you see a DDR change in a platform, there have been a swath, a whole bunch of changes in other technologies that tend to go a lot more frequent. So it's much easier to look at I guess, a measure that it's industry specific, and it's also something that's universal to the industry. It's not something just AMD is doing or Intel is doing or Nvidia is doing or what have you. It's what they're all going to be doing. They've All the manufacturers are going to be stepping into this new um, standard. It's the easiest way to say it. So in my mind, a generation is simply when we switch from DDR to DDR, one generation to the next. Now, how long that's going to hold out, I don't know. I'm not even sure that this is going to hold out much longer. I believe DDR6 has already been through some specifications and ratifications. PCI Express 5 and 6 are both finished specs, but we haven't seen them in consumer products. I suspect we'll be seeing them consumer products in the next couple, 2, 3 years, which is going to be interesting. But it's also why I don't know how much we're going to be being able to say, okay, DDR is now a generation. I believe our changes from where we are now at DDR4 to DDR6, I believe that process is going to be pretty fast. I don't think it's going to take near as long as we've seen in the past. And to better, I guess, evidence of that would be the storage when we're getting NVMe drives that go up to 5, 6, gigabits per second. And we're also looking at video being pushed to 8K. It's like there's just drive that make 8K video the new standard. We need bandwidth for that. And so, yeah, I understand we're not even using all of the bandwidth on a PCI Express 3 system. But the technologies that we're already starting to see and it's already starting to be discussed and referred to is going to use a lot of bandwidth. So I hope this helps. I believe it's a valid question. I do use the terminology probably quite often. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll know when we release new videos. Like the video. If this helped clarify anything whatsoever, share the video. Anyway, this is Sean Wilkerson. This has been Hackerized, and we'll catch you in the next one.